Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. So in today's session, we are going to discuss about the Paytm initial public offering. It was covered by most of the important news articles, okay, newspapers. So we will be discussing that why Paytm IPO is so important, as well as we will be discussing about the record India that has recorded the highest growth in the merchandise exports, and it has beaten all the G7 nations in the growth of the merchandise exports. So we will be discussing these two news articles. Before that, subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session, and you can join the Telegram channel through the link that is given in the description box below. So now starting with the first news article, see the Paytm IPO initial public offering will be open on November 8th and it will close on November 10. So the SEBI, that is the Securities and Exchange Board of India, has given the approval to the Paytm to do the IPO. Now what is the IPO? That is the initial public. IPO is the initial public offering. Okay, it is the initial public offer, that is for the first time that some company, let's say Paytm only, it was never listed in the market, it was never listed in the stock exchange market. So for the first time it will present its shares, for the first time it will offer its share to the public in the market. So that is the initial public offering, that you have never get listed in the market, that you were until now unlisted in the market and you have never given the shares. Now for the first time you are providing your shares, you are putting your shares in the market to sell, to trade. So that is, it is getting listed, and it is getting listed in both BSE and NSE, that is Bombay Stock Exchange market and the National Stock Exchange. So the Paytm's parent company, that is 197 Communications, is all set to present its IPO on November 8th. See, before that the Coal India CIL had the raised rupees 15,200 crore. That was a record. Why it was the record? Because it was the largest share in India, largest IPO in India, that is of 15,200, and now Paytm is set to surpass it. Okay, why? Because now the Paytm has set to provide 18,300 crores of shares of IPO. Okay, so that's why the before the Coal India had the largest IPO. Now it is said that the Paytm, if it achieves its goal, then Paytm will be the one that will have the highest or the largest IPO in the country. So it is backed by, the Paytm is backed by SoftBank Group Corporation, the Elevation Capital, and the Ant Group Corporation. So the shareholders, these are the top shareholders of the Paytm. And why I am showing you this picture, because you don't have to remember all of this. Just remember that Ant Group was the largest shareholder, and Ant Group is important because we will see in the further slide that what Ant Group has done. Okay, so Vijay Shekhar Sharma here is the founder of the Paytm. So rupees 18,300, as I told you, that if Paytm achieves it, if Paytm is able to achieve its goal, then Paytm will become the largest. Paytm will become the company with the largest IPO. Okay, and this much worth of IPO will be available for subscription for the buyers. Okay, the company is seeking the valuation of $20 billion, and that's why it is providing the IPO, or per share, it is providing the shares in the IPO for rupees 2080 till 2150. That minimum this much, as maximum this much per share. Okay, that's why it has put the price band, it has fixed the price band to this much, and it seeks that its value is as at least $20 billion. Okay, and see, in the IPO there are fresh issue. Either a company can do a fresh issue in the IPO as the initial public offering. For the first time it can give the fresh issue, or it can give the offer for sale, or it can do both of them in the initial public offering. So now the Paytm is doing both of them. So what is the difference between the fresh issue and the offer for sale? See, fresh issue is the issue that is for the first time, that you are that it is a new share, that it is a new share, and it was not owned by any of the investor, like we saw all the stakeholders. So the new share is not owned by any of the stakeholders. So any of the capital that is raised, all of the capital that is raised through these new share will go to the company for the company's work. Okay, this will be defined in the IPO, that why they are trying to raise the money for the new shares. Here the Paytm is trying to raise the capital through the new shares for the company because they want to expand, they want to increase their base, their customer base, their merchant base. They are trying to increase the people in the using their product, I can say. Okay, and as well as they are trying to do more strategic investments, they are trying to do more mergers and acquisitions to enhance their base in the country. So that's why they are doing the fresh issue, that is they are trying to bring the new shares and they are trying to raise the capital for the company. Okay, the offer for sale is the one that the stakeholders are trying to sell their own shares in the market. Okay, like Ant Group here the offer for sale is rupees 10,000 crore. That is, the rupees 10,000 crore worth of the shares will be sold by different stakeholders. The Vijay Shekhar Sharma is also selling some of its shares, as well as the Ant Group is selling rupees 5,000 crore worth of its share. That's why I said that Ant Group is so important, because 50% of the offer for sale is done by the Ant Group. That is, it is selling nearly rupees 5,000 crore of its shares. Okay, and all the profit, all the capital will go to the Ant Group, because it was its own shares of the company that it is selling. Okay, that it had bought at some different time. So that's the difference between a fresh issue. The capital raised from the fresh issue will go to the company, and the company will put it for the enhancement of the company's base or some other reason. Here for Paytm, it is the reason is the enhancement of the base, the increase of the base, I can say. It wants to increase the users, the consumers, as well as the merchants using the Paytm, as well as it wants to do more strategic investment into the startups and all, as well as it wants to do more mergers and acquisitions. The fresh issue is for that, and the offer for sale, the stakeholders are the ones that are doing that are selling their own shares, okay, to get some capital, to raise some capital. So the firm has the biggest share in the Paytm has the biggest share in the India's merchant payments market, and with over 21.8 million merchant partners it has, as well as 337 million registered consumers it have. With that, it make 1.4 billion monthly transactions. The users are making this much monthly transactions. Okay, so the Paytm already has a big base, and it is trying to further enhance its base. See, Paytm is having losses. Why is it having losses? Because it is giving too much, we can say it is trying so much for its increase of the base. It is trying to have more and more consumers in its platform, that it is trying to give them incentives, it is trying to give them better facilities. So right now it is said that Paytm is having losses, but soon we can see that it will start gaining when the consumer base is increased to a further extent. So it is trying so much for the increase of the base for the consumers. Okay, so Paytm recently acquired digital lending platform Urja Money Private Limited, and it is trying to further acquire and do the acquisitions, do the mergers, do the strategic investment in the startups and different companies, and which provides a loan management. See, Urja Money Private Limited is the one that provides a loan management system through its proprietary solution Credit Mate. Okay, so it has recently acquired this, and it is further seeing that it can acquire different platforms. So this was whole about the Paytm IPO. I hope you understand that it is going for this much of the IPO, and if it does this much, then it will become the largest IPO of the country, and it will be among the top 50 companies of the country. Okay, it will have the place in the top 50 companies of the country if it raises this much IPO. And I also showed you the fixed band of per share. Okay, so you remember these few points that is important from the Paytm IPO point of view, as well as remember the definition of fresh issue and offer for sale, because IPO comes in every other news article of finance. Okay, so it becomes a little important. So now the next news article is India beat all G7 nations to record highest growth in merchandise exports in 1.5 years. So the center stated that India has beaten all G7 nations. to report the highest growth in merchandise exports. So G7 nations, see, G7 nations are very important because they are all G7 nations. There are 7 nations in it. So all of them are very advanced and they are the largest democracies of the country. As well as in further slides, you will see that they have a very large portion of the GDP as compared to the other countries. So India led the G7 nation in terms of 47% year on year, means in this year 2021, January to July quarter, it showed 47% of growth as compared to 2020 Jan to July. See, year on year is the, we are comparing from the previous year. Okay, so 47% of growth it has seen, while Italy came second and it saw the 33% of the growth, while Canada saw 32% of the growth. After the top 3 nations came the France, Germany and Japan, which show France saw the 27% of growth, Germany saw 26% of growth in the merchandise exports, and Japan saw 25% of growth in the merchandise exports. Okay, India is, if this was until now, this was about the G7, like these are the countries of G7, the Canada, Italy, France, Germany, Japan, and US and UK. Okay. India is followed by China. If we compare it with China, the neighboring country, then China, India, after India, China was the one that had highest share in the merchandise exports, that is of 34%. Italy had 33%. Okay, so if we do not compare from the G7, if we saw as a in the whole world, then after India, China comes. Then the European Union had 27% of the growth. Okay, if we compare it with the European Union only had 27% of the growth in merchandise exports. See, the growth and the actual amount are different. So India is still lacking behind when we talk about the amount, the proper absolute amount. But here we are talking in the percentage term, that how much it is growing. So India is growing a lot, and when the growth is higher, the absolute amount will follow, and the absolute amount will also increase with the higher percentage. So it is good news that it is growing so much. So India reported 101.89 billion in exports in the quarter ending September. So in the July, August and September, the quarter that ended in September. So it showed in these 3 months it had seen the $101.89 billions of exports, and the Ministry of Commerce and Industry has informed about it. Okay, so the G7, now something about the G7 nations or the group of 7. It is an informal group, it is not a formal group, it doesn't have a legal structure or the officials and all. 7 countries are here: the United States, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan and the United Kingdom. Together the member countries represent 40% of the global GDP. So only 7 countries have the 40% of the global GDP. So you can understand that these are the advanced countries, and these are the countries that have the major part in the whole world. Okay, these are the countries, major countries of the world, and India has surpassed these major countries in the terms of growth in the merchandise exports, and these countries also have 10% of the world's population. Okay, so I hope you have understood this also. Thank you very much. If you have any query, you can mail us here. Thank you.